Ah, break time is over. What are we doing right now? Someone I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Mrs. Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Go straightforward when it's needed. Yeah, this is good. Exactly. Very well. Yeah, this is true. You must find the balance. Yes. Yes. This is very true. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute receipt. Oh yeah, I borked the receipt. I already had one. Sorry. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sorry, recess. Have you heard that Christmas is around the corner? Yeah, Christmas is peeking like from every corner of my room too. Like Christmas is everywhere around me right now. Hate it. No, Christmas is good. Again, like I'm jealous. I'm a little bit jealous because again, Jesus seemed to be a little bit more important than my birthday, but it's okay, I guess. Dude, I can't believe that. Adrian, no way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. Yeah, it's Keysmith too, so if you want to get a key or a chance to win a key for Grit, the ultimate edition, you know, I don't know, car racing or something like this, do it. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife, So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then dude, you're saying it really was her. Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you will see by the time the trial is over. I'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Guilty. She's the killer. Locks don't sleep. He's lying too. Phoenix. You think a motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it. Is Juan Corrida the victim of the murder? And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, does it? But one thing bothers me. Oh, what? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth. Thank you. It looks like he's still the one in command in this ship of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. But I mean, he said he could be my assistant in this case, and he gave that to me. So I guess in this case we are working together, and we like only digging the pile of trash down what Franziska von Karma started. I guess this is the case now. Because he wanted to be on my side for this. District Courtroom number 3. Previous experience somehow influencing upcoming experiences. See, this is the quest, Hydra. See? I told you about this. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution called the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Andrea Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. There she is. And the freaking note again. So we have this note now. And we have this card now. Sorry, the card in her hand. And Maya found this card too, huh? What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Madengard. I see, now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yeah, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Ah, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never ever heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, it do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. You're too tired. Yeah, I guess. And I have to again, like, this game is like bad for being talkative to chat, because again I have to read this or I have to read chat, and if I talk I have to pause something, right? Don't trust knife. I try. Let Bet do the talking. I try. I try. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I'm following this. I'm following this in chat too. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited about the topic myself, but I want to continue game. I want to finish the game actually today. So, or in this session, I guess. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that a bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I wonder if this game would be improved with in-game voice acting. No. If you can skip it, because you have to listen to statements sometimes over and over, maybe you get like exhausted from hearing voices. I guess if you could toggle, if you have like an option to read the text, maybe, but when like the voice acting would start every time you have to listen to a statement again. It will drive you nuts if you are stuck somewhere and you have to listen to the same things. Oh, I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness. Please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Maybe just certain points, yeah. When I found the body, it was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that I went to Juan's room, and there was his body dead. His dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally The exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. Oh, this was specific. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. This is not true. This is not true. Because if she poured wine or juice into her freaking glass, that would mean that the bottle has also fingerprints. Case closed. Case closed. Someone poured juice in her glass. She didn't do it herself. Case closed. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Pff, no need. Just knife. Just jail her. Go. Even if the bottle is like open, I don't know. I have like a bottle of water here. Okay? Like this bottle of water. Even if it's open, how do you now get like drink in your glass without touching the freaking bottle? Good luck. Good luck. The Steins Gate had ending. It worked good, yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, this is good then. Yeah, this is a clever way of voice acting, like the virtual novel with repeated stuff, huh? Yeah. Magic, you shush now. You all shush now, you knife believers. There are no knives in this world. Are you? This is like game. There are no knives in real world. Pff, no. Knife believers in chat. No, there are no knives. You can't get one. Now you come back here. There is no such thing as a knife. It was a spoon the whole time. She's one cool and collected customer. And she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing. She's the type of woman who is easily torn off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. With a knife! For instance, you let up on your offense in the instance this trial is over, understand? Okay. So I have to press everything and then I speak up, huh? Yeah. Can't trust certain others is my previous... Yeah, you can't trust anyone. This is true though. I made the same experience in a very, 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 very odd way, so yeah. Yeah. And what was Mr. Engat doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance at the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Engat did say that he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say... it could not have been taken out of the room then, yes. Excuse me, it? What are you? There was nobody. Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Engard's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object. Ha! Bitch. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture. One was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a... So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Press further. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Knife. May we continue? Yeah. You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews was a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, though she had romantic feelings to Mr. Kurita, anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. Or confused. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. I watched like enough Detective Conan, so I don't know. Like I saw people that thought people were sleeping, so I guess. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest, and the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though... I felt a thought I was about to faint. So I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes. There was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you don't drink any of it, did you? Oh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. Can we point out the obvious? There are no fingerprints on the bottle from her. She admitted that she like touched the bottle to help herself. So if there are no fingerprints from her on the bottle, this game. Sometimes I hate this game for like this. The reason is easy. Again, he poured her the juice. Period. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Kurita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. Oh, this is like... That one... What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I am sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. Uh-oh. Is this why the case is wet? Come on! When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. What? Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards. It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why do you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It isn't. Who do you think the killer is right now? Yeah, I guess she's the killer right now. For now, I guess she is the killer. I mean, let's look at our court record. She dead. She not killer. She not dead. She had all the options to, you know, get the knife and all that crap. So, she not killer. He not killer. He dead. She not killer. He not killer. He is a knife. She shot. He not killer. She not killer. She not killer. So, if there is another person in this case, we know about one other person, the killer guy. If the killer is the killer, then why doing all the shit? You know, like, this makes no sense. Like, kidnapping her and get the not guilty verdict, and the real killer wants to be found out? If this is what it is, this is not a good case, by the way. Then it's really not a good case. So, but if there is another person the game is hiding from me until now, like, oh yeah, it was his grandmother because he didn't eat all the cookies and she was pissed for the last 20 years. Yay! Like, if something like this will happen, I'm jumping out of my suit. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. I wasn't the one who knocked the flower vase over. So, the guitar case was closed because there is no water inside the guitar case. Right? It has to be this. It has to be. I mean, it has to be her right now. There is, like, again, how should I, like, have as a killer right now? I don't know about any other persons besides the killer guy that is in disguise, but he would not make sense to be the real killer. If he is, okay, and this case is even more weird, but if there is another person I don't know about, god damn it. Then it's like, yeah, you know, process of elimination leads me to believe it's like, I don't know, Jesus, like, I don't know, like a random person on the street. Like, there is no one left at this point. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take one's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was already in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your prediction and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. Yeah, I guess I did that. I guess I did this. Let's save and let's try it. Okay. Oh, I guess it's the guitar case. If the guitar case was open, it has to be like wet on the inside too. Yeah, easy. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there a problem with what I said? Yes. I mean, it can. If it like hits an edge, it can break. It can break. It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Yeah. That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Yeah. It was too particular to say this. Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. It's open. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? No broken glasses inside the freaking thing. If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. I mean, yes. But technically, yeah. Yeah. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all? No, think back what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, however, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Yeah. Implicitly, thank you. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yes, there has to be something inside. Make her testify. The empty guitar case. Implicitly? With a soft C, I guess? I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. Implicitly. Thank you. I guess this is better now. I don't remember too clearly. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the I suppose I must have the Sorry. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. It will be named after the knife who was actually the murderer, who was actually inside the camera, inside the note, inside Edgeworth. I have no idea. It looks like it's really. I wasn't sure where to go with this, but you know. The case of the guitar case. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now. It is almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination then. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Anyway, let's move on. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Oh? Mr. Corrida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not opening a guitar case. As the witness had said multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. What would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. Yeah, I know that. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Wasn't that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now. So this is our chance. If we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. A knife? Are we talking about knife? If we're talking about knife again, I'm going on a riot. Let's see. So I guess she's not the killer then, huh? By now. I don't know. But again, if it's not the killer, and there is like another person involved in this, I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. Wonderful, fabulous. Silly clowns are on, case. I guess the weapon is the guitar case itself, because there is no fingerprints. There are fingerprints on the glass, but there's no fingerprints on the guitar case, so... Again, this is the same as with the bottle. Why are we not, like, going for this? Go. There's no way you are the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Watson. Oh, what's it, Sherlock Holmes now? Music stopped, yeah. Must be the right answer. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! Yeah, I got her. What is it, Mrs. Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Oh my god! The Chewbacca defense! Yo, I touched the glass and my fingerprints are all over the glass, but I didn't, and then I had gloves on for the freaking, like, guitar case, duh. What? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at that time? It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves that... Oh my god. Severe brain damage detected. Severe brain damage detected. Severe brain damage detected. You were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not... Severe brain damage detected. Severe brain damage detected. I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass. You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Yeah, I mean... Even if you took your gloves off when you pour yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Got her. Oh, here. She can, like, grow out new pair of glasses? Oh, cool. Advanced. Order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. Yeah, this was, like, hard. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. Oh, but Detective Gumshoe said this has clearly nothing, absolutely 0% something to do with the case. Never ever has this case something to do with it, so... Oh yeah, I blinked. Yeah, you're right. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. I don't mean it was a bright white guitar. Wait, no, that's not right either. Are you stupid? Brain damage. This is like more silly clowns than the freaking like court before that. I feel like this is more like haha funny, what's going on, like the freaking clown card thing. Silly clowns are still on in this case, huh? That's why he's still a detective. Yeah, this is true. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's unusual... Oh yeah, this was a hint. This was a hint on Mia's murder. Thank you. Yeah. They totally did this. You're right. You're right. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into a misguided... into his misguided... No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. No. Actually, this is not true, Phoenix. the vase thing could have been before the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene, because a dead man can't open like a thing, right? I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. To the murder? If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate, your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. Oh, you mean like you could like use a guitar case for something else than a guitar? Phoenix Wright, you did it again. The unbelievable assumptions. Like you can't put like something else. No, stop! You are, oh my god. I hate all of you so much. I will forgive you. Something else in the case of a guitar other than the guitar. Even this is a crime by itself. Even this is a crime. Good thing Juan Curitas is dead, because he committed a crime beyond this courtroom's like beliefs. He put something else in a guitar case. How could he? Is that Zion laughing in the background? Yes, that is. No. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest it was a black guitar? Are you stupid? So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty, is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case of the time of the murder? How should I know? How should I... And the knife? The knife? No. The suicide note, but how do I do it? I would go with the frickin' note here. I don't know when I have last saved though. It was the victim. I guess I'm trying the suicide note, but seeing yeah, let's see if this is the suicide note. But like the pouring like juice into the wine glass seems like a victory. Seems like a celebration of some sort. Hey, Checker, nice to see you. I'm going crazy. Please help me. And why would something like that be inside the guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. What? Yeah, so we can't talk about things then, huh? I guess we can talk about things now. Okay, we can't talk about things in court. Good. So I have to present what was inside there. What was inside the case? How should I know? How should I know? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You say, yo, this is an interesting thought. Oh, this is an interesting thought. Yeah, my girlfriend said that this was the Nickel Samurai's costume inside the freaking guitar case because she like said she was wearing gloves. Huh. But how? I mean, this is only theory, right? This is only to prolong the chord, right? There was not actually the freaking costume inside the... I mean, yeah, it would make sense. She is in the room and she leaves the room in the costume, right? But if the defendant was wearing this while sleeping... Yes, but what is important is what is the picture, Your Honor? In this picture... Game theory. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. I get severe brain damage too from this case. What? Yeah, what? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you serious? Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out the costume? Oh! No. Yes! Oh! It's dawning on me. But then she is plotting with Huan, so she is not the murderer. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if she's the murderer or not. Or listening what Sayo's saying. No. I'm trying to add something here. So, because I had this moment, so the real oh, let's pull off this. This is easier. So this guy, Matt Engard, he said that he don't know about anything about a special confession to make in a press conference after the show. He didn't know about that. So I guess Huan wanted to confess something as the Nickel Samurai, and she helped him to get this rolling because he didn't know about this special press conference. So this is everything I gather so far. So yeah, there could be another like costume inside because the jamming ninja would like dress himself as the other one. But I don't know what this means. And she knew about the murder, the costume, and could plan the murder instead. Maybe. I don't know. What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? And to make this clear, by the way, Sayo is not talking to me. She is not. She will never talk to me. Only if I really direct to her and I will like say something like, yeah, please help me, or what is your idea on this? She will not say a word here. So she will not spoil me something. She will laugh at me when I like run into a wall, and she is like here. She can assist me all the time if I get stuck. So she will not spoil my progress, and she will not like backseat me. So yeah. She never did this, and she never did this before, so. Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot correct. You mean this photo? Yeah, but she was waiting that she came out of the room, huh? She didn't play this game before. Order! It looks like we're wandering into quite another mess again, haven't we? This is the first time she's seeing this game at all. Like myself. Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. First speak, think later. Thought the real murderer was hiding inside the costume, but she has another point of view. This is sometimes very interesting. She's not. Sometimes she says things. Says things, and I'm like, oh, girl, no. And sometimes she's like, ah, clever. It's like when I get hiccups, she has another point of view, and sometimes I'm stupid. And then she helps with her ideas, and I can think about that. Wait a second, Your Honor. Or maybe if I'm like too deep into like reading all this, I'm like get like lost in everything, and she can like keep track of like more specific things than I do while reading out loud. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt and guards. Yeah. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places. Oh, I know why. I know why. They met. A superstar in an ultra hot mega secret love scandal. So this was like a few days ago, like I don't know, a week ago maybe. So they met and she gave him the costume. They met and she gave him the costume. So it was her idea to do this special conference to get the costume inside his room. Because they told about this, and I'm like very certain, I'm like positive on this too, he would never ever leave the red guitar behind. Like never. So yeah, this was what it was, huh? And inside the guitar case of all places. True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this nickel doing? It was a spare costume. Let's save anyway. It was a spare costume. Mr. Engard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yeah. Yes, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. This is true. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jam and Ninja. Why would he secretly being the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind it, such a particular act? This is the easy part. Phoenix, this is supposed to be the easy part. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? No, Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had a nickel samurai's spare costume? Phoenix, I assure you can explain this one. Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the nickel samurai's spare costume to the hotel was... What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something to at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But that struck me as strange was that Mr. Engard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? Yes. The spare nickel samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. I guess. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference, but why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. Nickel Samurai was going to confess something, and by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt Engard. Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Huh. Miss Andrews? I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. No. No, it was not. It was set up from her. It was set up from her. How would he like get a spare costume? How? How in the world? Please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one who asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. Okay, so we cleared this. Good. You. Juan had bet everything on the Jamming Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Mad was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. But why help him then? What? Why help him? He had knife. Easy statement. Why help him? He had knife. And do you know what the secret of Mr. Engard's is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Lie. Ah, I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all. What? How? I gave him the spare costume. I protect him. I wear gloves when I drink my fingerprints wine. Fuck you. Oh my god. But now Juan has knife forever? Yeah, this is true. Protect Mr. Engard. And yet again, another strange bit of truth come to light, it seems. Okay, Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Protecting Matt by giving away a spare costume. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had the feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan, no matter what. Are you stupid? You know that he was sleeping in the other room. Eh? And you ate with him. This is not a good case. By any means, like... This is like... Is she really going to tell this right now? Like, huh? I was the one who was helping. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. You gave him an alibi! What? My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. Oh! My god! Yeah! What? But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Oh my god. Please. You said earlier you gave the spare costume to Juan. You helped Juan, and now you help him? Eh? This does account for everything. Well, I am a logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. Yeah, I guess. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Do I have to do this? Like, for real? Like, come on, guys. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. Ugh. If you want to provide that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? So would you say this need came from the press conference? Didn't even teach about knife. Knife is not real. Again, you knife believers, there is no thing called knife. I never heard of that. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Oh yeah, I did something interesting, David. Maybe we can, like, maybe I can recreate it on stream further down the line. Again, I talked about it. I had like I did 1 round of Quest for Glory today, and I killed the Wraith as a thief. This is not the part. But the Wraith had like, I don't know, 25% health left, and I just throw a knife and he fired a fireball at me. The fight just ended and I just won. So there is some knife knowledge for you. We have to find out. I guess the knife is triggering something. Knife is the dark god of rats now. Ugh. Yes, do you know why Juan chose that event in that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public beloved Matt and Guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. Severe brain damage detected. Guys, hear me out, please. Why do we still listen to this girl? I know she's like the main character from like Super Metroid, but And I can't get enough of that, but again, like, my brain is melting right now. You know, I set all this up, but I want to protect Matt. Yeah, maybe then don't set this up. Yeah, like, what? But I'm sure Mr. Angard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree, Miss Andrews. Please correct your testimony if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. And he didn't have an alibi, but you gave him an alibi. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Angard was taking a nap in his room? Yeah! Anyway, the accent of the weak man, yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's basic logic, yeah, you don't need like proof for that. Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Angard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. But you ate with him! I keep trying, but I can't find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at me. He's staring at you, smart guy. Oh. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. I slapped this table very often today. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button. It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. What? And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the jamming ninja's costume. Talking about this button, correct? The button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, If Matt did murder Kurita and then pretending to sleep would be an alibi. Yeah, this is true. This is true. It could be an alibi. But, to be by yourself is never a good alibi. If he wants to cover the crime, I would kill the man and I would go back to the freaking, like, violet room or whatever it's called, where all the people were eating, and I would, like, just go there and eat with the people. Fuck it. Like, present myself to other people so they can all testify that I was there, you know? I would not go to sleep alone in my room. It's like, oh yeah, and who can testify this? Oh yeah, no one. Yeah, good alibi. Like, this is like, I don't know, I would not, it would, like, stupid. It would be super stupid. Like, in a situation like this where, you know, like, a million people were, like, outside the room, basically, I would not go into my room and sleep. I would then make up an alibi and force myself in the sight of other people. Obviously. The knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mrs. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. Oh. How did she know that? But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Engard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corrida planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Engard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour, no? And please stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Mrs. Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me, it sounds a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk.